Hello and welcome to Radical Living. I'm your host, Shoeless Joe, and today we're talking about minimalism in the kitchen. Zig, 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 zig. The kitchen. The kitchen, the kitchen. Now, if you're looking to minimize your kitchen, I suggest doing what I did and just taking out everything out of the cupboards and laying them on the counters. If you're anything like me, you will immediately find yourself without any counter space or table space because you probably have way more cooking utensils than you need. First thing you do, get rid of all the doubles. You do not need 7 spatulas. The magic number is probably 1. You don't need a different pot for every single size possible. You just need some basic sizes. But before I go any farther, let me just say that obviously there are many different types of diets out there. A lot of people cook a lot of different types of food. So you may find that you use a crock pot on a weekly or even daily basis, while someone else might just have it sitting there collecting dust and they need to get rid of it while you consider it a staple tool. And that's fine. I'm just telling you what I did and kind of the techniques I used and some examples of some stuff I got rid of. So get rid of all the doubles. Get rid of anything that you don't, use. I think we had like muffin holder thing that we never used. We had 2 different vegetable trays that we got from our wedding, and I don't even know if we used either of them, but we definitely didn't need 2, I'll tell you that. Yes, I will. And once you clear out all of the doubles and all the extras that you don't use, the next step for us was to clear off all of our counters. For most of us, our counters end up getting covered in things that don't really need to be out because they don't get used constantly throughout the day. Maybe they get used once a week, or maybe they get used once in the morning, and then after that, they're just visual clutter that is poisoning our eyes and our minds. So we took our coffee maker, put it in a cupboard. We took our sharp knife holder thingy and we put it in a cupboard. The blender went in a cupboard. And finally the spice rack got put into a cupboard. Now this might seem like it would be a really big annoying hassle to always have to get out the coffee maker every morning or get out the spices every time you're cooking, and it can be. That can be a little bit of a time thing, but once you get used to it, you don't think about it. You just go in there and pull it out when you need to use it. It's not that hard, I promise. And in the end, it's so worth it, because when you walk into your kitchen and there's just clear counters, I'm telling you, it's going to affect you emotionally. You might not think it will, but it will. It does. A clean space, a clean and clear space does great things for the soul. So once you have your cooking utensils under control, your counters are clear, it's time to move on to your eating utensils.
Look out, look out, there's something evil twitching in your kitchen. Boogly boogly, silverware everywhere.
Again, throw everything out on the counters, everything out on the table, all the forks, all the knives, cups, plates, bowls, everything, just put it all out there. Then I want you to count how many people live in your household. So myself, my wife, my 2 girls, and our baby. Now that you've counted your people in your house, how many food utensils do you have? My guess is it's going to be a lot more than the people you have in your house. Now, not only is this a waste of space, but it is a huge waste of time. Having that many utensils allows you to not do dishes for a long time, and they just build up and build up. And then you have to waste more time and energy and water to do all the dishes. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Don't wanna be here doing dishes, doing dishes.
You need a knife. You need a fork, you need a spoon, you need a plate, you need a bowl, and you need a cup. That's it. That's all anyone in your family needs. In my house, every person gets 1 set of dishes, and that's all the dishes we have. I know that sounds crazy, and that's because it is. It's a completely radical idea, but this radical idea has radically improved our lives. You see, when you only have 1 set of dishes, you can't just eat something in the morning and then set it on the counter or throw it in the dishwasher and then go back at lunch and grab out new dishes. Our policy is Everyone has their own set of dishes and everyone has to wash their own dishes either right after they eat, or if they didn't do that, then they're going to need to wash them before they eat again unless they want to eat on dirty dishes. This can actually be a really fun thing because you can let everyone in your family pick out their own dishes. So you can say take your kids to a thrift store and they can see a huge variety of cups or bowls or anything like that, and then they get to pick out their own, and then that's theirs. It's their responsibility to keep it clean, keep it where it goes, all that good stuff. Now obviously there are going to be times when other people come into your home to spend time with you. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully sometimes there's people who want to spend time with you, because if not, maybe you have other issues you need to work on.
Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
So it might be a good idea to have a couple sets of dishes on hand as extra, not to be used by your family, but to be used only when you have guests over. So you need to put them away into a different cupboard, and they're specifically for guests. And then just have sets according to need. So if you usually have a couple people over at a time, maybe you just want 2 sets of dishes. If you have a group of 5 friends that all come over to play cards on the weekend or something like that, get 5 sets of dishes. Then if you ever have more guests than that, or are having a big party or something like that, you can just get 100% recycled paper plates and all that stuff so that you won't have tons of dishes anyways. You can just use them and then toss them into the recycle bin. A handy thing that we like to do, especially for guests and stuff like that, is have kind of like multi-use dishes. So for instance, this big mug here is big enough that we can also use it for a bowl. So if you're having guests over and you need a bowl for cereal or soup or something like that, or if they want coffee, you just have one mug taking up space instead of 2 different items. Those are my tips for minimizing your kitchen. Get rid of the doubles, clear off the counters, and 1 set of dishes per person. Remember, you've got to make radical changes if you want to live a radical life. If you have any kitchen tips of your own that I have neglected to say here, or maybe I've never even thought of before, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas about clearing out the kitchen and paring down. This is a group effort. Let's work together to get cleaned up and simplified and minimized. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day. Remember, keep it simple, question everything, and stay radical. Oops. You know, if so you